Good morning, people. How are you?
Good morning, Facebook. How are you?
It's 10:15 on the West Coast.
It's 10:15 on the West Coast.
And I'm really wonderful who I am, why I'm here.
And I'm sure you're wondering who we are and why we're here.
I'm Pelosi, and this is
So this is Serena Kasegi, and I'm Jamila Doolin, his right-hand woman.
I'm the speaker.
Right, so Serena said, look, I'm the speaker who can't speak and the writer who can't write.
I wrote 2 books.
Yeah, I've written 2 books.
I do with love and succeed and getting it done.
Right, you deal with inspiration, motivation, and getting it done.
Yeah.
And Serena, you haven't just written 2 books. What else have you done?
I've been ESPN.
Yeah, you've been on ESPN, BBC, LA. You've been in the LA Times.
Yeah.
You've given a TEDx talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've done some things.
I'm also part of the Choice.
Right, so you run your own business, and you're married, and you're the father of 2 boys.
Yeah, and I love to travel.
You love to travel. It's only one problem. You're handicapped. And it stinks.
But I just had the ability to inspire.
But you have the ability to inspire. By the way, we're inspiring Mortiza. Mortiza, thank you so much for joining us today. It's Serena and Jamila. We're just telling you a little bit about ourselves before we jump right into the content. Thanks. Oh, and by the way, please make sure you comment and send in your ideas because we want this to be a discussion. So yeah, we met about 1.5 years ago.
He is amazing.
Well, thank you so much. I like being called amazing. So yeah, I help Serena because unless you speak CP, this could be a little challenging if you're watching one of our Facebook Lives.
Yeah, strategize.
Yeah, I help you strategize. And I help you get stuff done.
And we are a team.
And what about your team?
We all need a team.
We all need a team.
Today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week.
And on Wednesday, I do extraordinary tips.
That's right. And on Wednesday is the extraordinary tip day.
And this one is kind of awkward. This tip is kind of awkward.
You think this tip is awkward?
Yeah.
All right, well, Serena thinks this tip is awkward. So we'll let you decide for yourself. What is the tip of the day, Serena?
Be ordinary.
Be ordinary.
No, nobody wants to be ordinary.
I'm sorry?
Nobody wants to be ordinary.
Right. Nobody wants to be ordinary. But say the whole tip. What's the whole tip? You missed out. You missed part of it.
The root of the extraordinary is the ordinary.
Right. So the root of the extraordinary is the ordinary. So what does that mean?
Well, the ordinary over and over again to be extraordinary.
Right. So if you want to be extraordinary, it requires that you do the ordinary things over and over and over again.
For example, writing sometimes on the calendar.
Right. For example, doing the ordinary activity of using a calendar. I mean, we do that. That's what people who have businesses or families or just a life with multiple things going on have to do. They maintain a calendar.
Or making activities.
Or making a to-do list. These are things, again, that they're normal activities, but they do lead you to being extraordinary. Hey, Harold, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. It's all about doing the extraordinary. I can't get the words out, excuse me. It's all about doing the ordinary so that you can be extraordinary. Thanks for joining. Please share your ideas.
saying please and thank you.
Saying please and thank you.
Saying I'm sorry.
Saying you're sorry.
So an exciting prayer is not a prayer that's been in the holidays.
It's not
a great plan. A great plan.
What plan?
A great plan.
A great parent?
Yeah, not a prayer, but all this.
Right, so take a parenting example. It's not just showing up at the holidays with all the presents. It's the parent who's there every day for all of the little things, taking you to school, feeding breakfast, making sure the baths are done.
Taking them for a walk.
Taking them for a walk.
Giving them a hug and a kiss.
Right. Can I give an example?
Yes.
So, in my previous life, I was an English teacher. And one of the things that I taught every single year was the sentence. There's the basic, simple sentence, and eventually I move on to 3 types of sentences. But we started off with the basic, simple sentence. And we had to learn how to write that simple sentence really, really well. And I did this every year. Why? Because if you can't write the simple sentence well, there's no way that you're ever going to get to a 5-paragraph essay and be able to write that well. So it's just that act of doing the ordinary so that you can get to the extraordinary.
If you look at any
sports game, any of the major ones.
Even at
the highest level.
What happens for the game?
I don't know what happens before the game.
The stretch.
Yeah, there's the basic stretch.
What could be more ordinary stretching?
What could be more ordinary than stretching?
What could be more ordinary than stretching, breathing?
That's true. It could be more ordinary than stretching and breathing. But let me tell you, from being a former runner, hey, that breathing, it looks like it's simple and just comes naturally. It's hard.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it right, you're in trouble.
The building block of any extraordinary thing.
The building block of anything that's extraordinary or amazing
is the
ordinary action. So, Serena, can I ask a question? How is it that somebody can make sure that they are doing the ordinary? Hey, JD, how are you? We're so glad that you joined. Today, it's all about doing the ordinary so that you can be extraordinary.
Okay, this year, I will be oriented to be process oriented.
I'm sorry?
This year, I was oriented to be process oriented.
Right, so you moved to being process oriented from being dream oriented.
Yes.
Hey, Adam just joined. Hey, Adam, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Yes. We're talking all about being extraordinary, and how we first have to just do the ordinary.
Yeah, so the building block of the process is the ordinary.
So the building block of the process is the ordinary. So, all right, you went from being dream-focused to being process-driven. Tell me how that relates to doing the ordinary and becoming extraordinary.
The basic element of the process is ordinary task.
The basic element of the process is the ordinary task.
Ordinary task. Then over and over again, become extraordinary. Then over and over again, you can do extraordinary.
Okay, so I think I hear what you're saying. I think what you're saying then is, hey, look, I went from just focusing on the extraordinary that I wanted. That's what you were thinking, right? That was you before, just focusing on this extraordinary thing that you wanted. but you had to make a shift. And that shift had to be to focusing not on the extraordinary that you wanted, but on the process. And that process is the ordinary. It's doing the little things over and over again.
Yeah, let me give you an example.
All right, give me an example.
I have this mentor named
All right, so you have a mentor.
His
name is Larry Wing.
We were together for a couple years.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
We were together for a long time.
And you've worked together for a long time. Hey, let me stop you for a second. We got somebody else who joined. Hi, Dorothy. Thank you so much for joining us. I really hope I didn't butcher your name.
Every single email that I send to him.
And every time you get an email from him, you send an email to him.
Every time I get a response within 12 hours.
And whenever you send an email to him, you're going to get a response back within 12 hours.
And 90% the email was within an hour.
And 90% of the time, the emails are responded to within the hour.
He's a big guy.
And this guy, yeah, he's busy and he's doing a lot.
Yeah, he's actually
yeah, he's doing all kinds of things. Good stuff.
And that blew me away.
It just blows you away how he's doing so many things in his life that yet he can still take the time to respond to email. Once again, it's an ordinary task.
And yeah, hundreds of those.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. I could imagine hundreds of those.
Right, he's probably getting hundreds of emails. And here he is responding to yours. Because once again, those little things, and once you start to master doing the little things, then you'll realize that you are being extraordinary. It's doing the little things repetitively that lead you to being extraordinary in what you do.
So let me give you the word.
All right, how did you come up with this, Serena?
Okay, I come over to order.
Right, that's true. So because of Serena's cerebral palsy, the ordinary, the things that we take for granted, such as feeding yourself or right, even just simple acts that lead you to being more productive, Serena can't do. He's got to ask for help to do all of these things. And anytime you wanted to do anything. What was the factor? All right, so for you, whenever you want to do something, your disability is always there. It's always present and it's always a factor.
A couple months ago,
A couple of months ago, you spoke at USC.
And you came over to my house.
Right, so I had to come over and we all went to USC and
I'm ready to go.
Right, I asked you if you're ready to go.
The hard time to do it over, I can count.
That's true. So yeah, I get over there at 7:30 in the morning, and I was like, okay, so are you ready to go? Are you ready to give your speech? Or you prepared? So he said, look, the hardest part's already been done. That was taking a shower, because that's just for us. That's just the ordinary. It's just what has to happen. But for you, it's harder.
And then when I went to USC,
and when you went to USC as a student,
my first question was,
right, so your main concerns weren't really about how are you going to manage to do well in your classes. Your main concerns were, hey, how am I going to eat and how am I going to get ready in the morning?
The classes were afterthought.
Right, the classes were almost an afterthought. Okay, so Serena, how does this relate to doing the ordinary to get to extraordinary?
I had to figure out how to do the ordinary.
You had to figure out how to do the ordinary.
But when I looked deeper, everyone had to figure out the ordinary.
Everybody has to figure out the ordinary.
Yeah, kid, you know what about.
Wait, I want to go back. So everybody has to figure out the ordinary, right?
Yeah, they are the building block of me. They are the building block of me.
Right, and so figuring out the ordinary is the building block for being extraordinary. Because just going back to your sports example.
Yeah.
So along with everything else that I did in my former life, I coached. I coached cheerleading and I coached track. And at the start of every practice, there were things that we did that weren't necessarily stretches, but they were what we call fundamentals. In track, it might have been doing some butt kicks, some boundings, and things like that. In cheerleading, it might have been something as simple as doing some V-ups or just working on popping our motions. Those ordinary things are what gets you to being extraordinary at what you do. That's what you're telling us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so now, how do you make sure you're doing it? Like, what steps do you take to make sure that you're doing the right tasks, the right ordinary tasks, to make sure you're going to get to, or to help propel you to your extraordinary?
Yeah, a goal.
You have a goal.
And you look at every single class. That's really the goal.
And so what you do is you have your goal, and then you come up with the process that you need to meet that goal?
Yeah. Under the process, you build every single task that you need.
And okay, so first we start with our goal. That's our big thing. Then we funnel it down to the process to get to the goal.
Yeah.
And then we funnel down to the task needed for that process, to make that process go.
Yeah. Every single task should be between 30 seconds and 10 minutes.
And every single task you said you should have a time limit on?
No. You should do from 10 seconds to an hour. No more than an hour.
All right, so hopefully those tasks don't take you more than an hour.
Yeah.
Right. But they might. I mean, if they do, they do, right?
Shut down more than a minute.
Right, some might be short, some might be long. It doesn't really matter. They have to get done.
Sending attention to the other during the day.
Sending a text
to your
significant other during the day.
What did you say?
Right, but that may not be on your list of your process either, because we have our goal here, right? And then under our goal, we have our process that's going to lead us to our goal. And then we funnel down even further to the steps that we need in the process to get us to our goal.
And every single task needs time, energy.
Right. So, and it's important to realize that all of those tasks that are part of your process are going to require a certain amount of dedication from you. They're going to require a certain amount of commitment from you. That commitment is going to be your energy. It's going to be your time. But those are the things that you have to keep doing. And they're just ordinary tasks, but you have to do them in order to get to that extraordinary.
We do Facebook Live every day.
Yes, we do. We do Facebook Live every day.
We are write emails.
Yeah, we write emails. We do normal business stuff.
Yeah, but we make sure we do it.
We have to work on doing it with intention. That's right.
And that's how you go. That's how you go.
Right. Paying attention to details. Paying attention to the ordinary little things that may not matter to others. And doing that over again and over again and over again is what leads you to your extraordinary. And then that will lead you to your amazing life.
Yes, that's what you need.
And that's the extraordinary tip for the day. If you want to be extraordinary, first you just have to work on being ordinary. So, Serena would like for you to go to bigdreams101.com to learn more. Sign up.
We'll see you tomorrow.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to like, love, share. We look forward to hearing from you. See you next time. Happy Wednesday. Be amazing.